Welcome to the G.O.A.T Sports Podcast, a weekly sports podcast for kids by kids, where it's all sports all the time. I'm your host, Saket. This is a very special episode. It's the last episode of 2025. I sincerely thank you so much for sticking with us throughout this journey for the last 3 years. Now, for the special edition, I'll be taking you through the 2025 Sports Wrapped. And we begin in January with the Australian Open. The champions were Jannik Sinner in the men's singles and Madison Keys in the women's singles, both claiming their respective titles in 2025. Sinner earned his second consecutive title by defeating Alexander Zverev in the final with straight sets victory, while Keys won a thrilling 3-set match against Aryna Sabalenka, who had been the reigning champion from 2024. These victories firmly established Sinner and Keys as the top players to beat at the season's first major tournament. And now to the second month of the year, February, Super Bowl LIX. The American Football Championship Super Bowl LIX took place in February at the Caesars Superdome between the NFC's Philadelphia Eagles and the AFC's Kansas City Chiefs. The Philadelphia Eagles dominated the game, defeating the Chiefs with a final score of 40-22, denying Kansas City a historic three-peat victory. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts was named the Super Bowl MVP, delivering a stellar performance that included both passing and rushing touchdowns. As the Eagles' defense shut down the Chiefs' offense for the majority of the game, the win secured the second Super Bowl title in Eagles franchise history. And on to the third month of the year, to the madness of March. The 2025 NCAA Men's Division I Basketball Tournament, or March Madness, captivated fans from March 18th to April 7th. The tournament was notable for its distinct lack of early round upsets, which culminated in a historic Final Four featuring all 4 number 1 seeds: Florida, Duke, Houston, and Auburn, a feat only matched once before in a tournament history in 2008. The event concluded with an intense national championship game in San Antonio, Texas, where the Florida Gators defeated the Houston Cougars 65-63, securing their first title since 2007. And on to April, the Masters Tournament returned to the hallowed grounds of Augusta National Golf Club in Georgia. The world's top male golfers all competed for the iconic green jacket, which was won by Rory McIlroy after a sudden death playoff against Justin Rose. With this victory, McIlroy became the 6th player and the first European to complete the career Grand Slam. And on to May, the 18th edition of the world's premier 2020 Cricket League, the 2025 Indian Premier League, began on March 22nd and concluded with the final on June 3rd. The season was ultimately won by Royal Challengers Bengaluru, who clinched their maiden IPL title in a thrilling 6-run victory over the Punjab Kings at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, led by the captain Rajat Patidar and featuring a pivotal player of the match performance from Krunal Pandya. And now we enter summer. June brought the ultimate conclusion to the professional basketball season with the NBA Finals. The best-of-7 series pitted the Indiana Pacers against the Oklahoma City Thunder in a thrilling showdown that went the full distance. The Thunder clinched the title in 7 games, 4-3, securing their first championship since relocating, with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander taking home the Finals MVP award. And on to July, the Tour de France. The most famous and arguably the most physically demanding bicycle race in the world, the Tour de France, commanded the global spotlight in July. Over 3 weeks, cyclists traversed the mountains and flatlands of France in a race against time and each other, culminating in the final stage on the Champs-Élysées, ending with the dominant victory for Tadej Pogačar of the UAE team of XRG, who secured his 4th overall win via general classification / yellow jersey by more than 4 minutes over Jonas Vingegaard. Pogačar's all-round excellence was further cemented by also winning the mountains classification / polka dot jersey in the same dominant performance. In August, the Rugby World Championship. The 2024 Rugby... Now on to August. The 2025 Rugby Championship ran from August 16th to October 4th, with the world champion Springboks, or South Africa, retaining the title, securing their 6th championship overall and their 2nd consecutive title. South Africa and New Zealand both finished with 19 log points, but the Springboks triumphed on a superior point difference of plus 57, which was significantly better than the All Blacks or the New Zealand team's plus 8. In September, the U.S. Open. The tennis Grand Slam season concluded at the U.S. Open in New York City. In the men's singles, Carlos Alcaraz of Spain defeated Jannik Sinner in 4 sets to win his second U.S. Open title and reclaim the world number 1 ranking. Meanwhile, Aryna Sabalenka successfully defended her women's singles titles, becoming the first woman to win back-to-back U.S. Open titles since Serena Williams. And into October, the baseball season culminated with the World Series, the best-of-7 playoff between the American League and the National League champions. The series, which typically takes place in late October or in early November, saw the Los Angeles Dodgers defeat the Toronto Blue Jays in 7 games to win their 9th World Series championship and their first repeat title since 1978. Dodgers pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto was named the World Series MVP after recording 3 wins in the series. And on to the second to last month of the year, November. The ICC Women's Cricket World Cup concluded in India on November 2nd, where the hosts, India, defeated South Africa by 52 runs to secure their World Cup title. India's Shafali Verma was named player of the match for her score of 87 and 2 wickets, and Deepti Sharma was named player of the tournament. And finally, the last month of the year, December. The 2025 MLS Cup Final saw Inter Miami CF defeat the Vancouver Whitecaps FC with a final score of 3-1 at Chase Stadium, securing the club's first ever MLS Cup title. Inter Miami took an early lead with an own goal in the 8th minute, but Vancouver equalized it early in the second half. The decisive goals came later from Rodrigo de Paul in the 71st minute and Tadeo Allende in the stoppage time, with both goals being assisted by captain Lionel Messi. Messi earned the MLS Cup MVP award for his 2 decisive assists, capping a dominant first championship season for Inter Miami. And that's our show. It's been my great pleasure to bring you sports news and stories from around the world for the last 50 episodes. As we take a break, we wish you a happy holidays and an amazing New Year's. That's the 2025 Sports Wrap.